much. You can now take your seats, please. Thank you so much. It is an honor for me to welcome you all here to the graduation ceremony of BSBI. We are here today to celebrate the graduates of the classes of 2019, 2020, and 2021. And it is my particular pleasure to congratulate you who are here today, as well as your parents, friends, and loved ones who might also be witnessing this ceremony from around the world through our live stream. I would also like to warmly welcome the faculty and staff members of the Berlin School of Business and Innovation. We have come together today to celebrate a very big milestone in your lives. And again, congratulations. Your graduation day marks the end of a journey, a huge success on a personal and academic level, and also the start of a new era in your lives. You have built a foundation on which you are now able to build upon. You have shared this part of your journey, and together you have written a chapter in your lives with each other, forming a part of it. You have overcome the same struggles and obstacles as students and young professionals, and together you have prevailed, not only in your studies, but overall in a different country with all its challenges, the German language being one of them, for example, and you have created lasting experiences. That's why I would like you now to look to your left and look to the person on your right who are sitting next to you and smile at each other, because you have achieved this together, as students, as classmates, and as friends. From this day forward, you will be alumni of the same institution, and I would like you to give each other a round of applause already. Well done. And as I have mentioned before, we also have family members and especially parents witnessing this ceremony either from the back seats or through the live stream. And I guess these are the people who supported you during all your highs and lows, and without whom you would probably not be standing here today. So I would like to extend another round of applause to your loved ones. The famous German poet Johann Wolfgang von Goethe wrote, "Erfolg hat 3 Buchstaben, tun." And I'm going to translate it for you, of course. It translates into success has 3 letters, act. And I believe firmly that taking action is the key to any success. And this is what you did. You took action by coming to Berlin and worked through your studies with the tremendous support of your lecturers, and therefore, please extend another round of applause to our faculty who is immensely proud of your accomplishments. Thank you. I would now like to welcome Professor Dr. Kyriakos Kouveliotis on stage. He's the Provost and Chief Academic Officer of the Berlin School of Business and Innovation, and it is an honor to have him as our first speaker today. He holds 6 degrees from a Bachelor in English Literature and Linguistics to a PhD in European Integration and International Relations. And besides extensive international experience in research in a variety of disciplines, he has been a scientific advisor to the Greek government and taught in many universities and educational institutions over the past 20 years and published 12 books and dozens of original scientific articles. He also holds various professorships in institutions around the world, as he is, for example, the honorary rector of the James Lind Institute and Rushford Business School in Geneva in Switzerland, the honorary chancellor of Longford International College in Ireland, a professor at Netune University, and the president of Athenaeum Liberal Studies. He's also an esteemed colleague and passionate educator, and I'm very happy to welcome him on stage.
Thank you so much. Dear distinguished guests, dear professors, colleagues, dear parents and guests, and dear graduates, I want to welcome you to one of the most important days of your lives. In all previous graduation ceremonies, I have mentioned that this is the first day of the next stage of your life. It signifies a transition from academia to your personal route. And as such, this is the first out of many more critical landmarks that you will experience in your career. It has been a long and difficult process for all of you to be here today. All of you selected this route and embarked on academia the hard way. This is actually also the proper way. You have managed to go through it. Above all, you selected this path not because it was easy, but because it was hard. You came out of all these difficulties and constraints that you have encountered stronger, wiser, and much more experienced. The degree that you will soon hold in your hands is not an end goal, though. It is the vehicle through to assist you in the beginning of your career. I hope in the future that when we will invite you as alumni to talk to our students and be able to mention not what you have studied, but what you have accomplished after your studies. Not your collection of academic titles, but your efforts, wisdom, and experiences. The cycle that you are completing today is a fraction of what you will have to do in the future. At the same time, though, what you have to face tomorrow is another big challenge. In BSBI, we have tried also to enrich your learning experiences, and we have followed the motto, you ask, we do. In this framework, we are constantly creating new initiatives for you. A virtual campus where you can use your avatar and participate. An actual robot anthropoid lecturer, which will also conduct some actual teaching via artificial intelligence. And human hologram, so to endorse it to our didactic model. BSBI conferences, as the one we organized for artificial intelligence recently. BSBI books, as the one we just published on the future of the meta-globalization era. Professional masterclasses that they will teach the exact practical skills that the business world needs today. 3 scientific journals, so to make your first scientific publication when you are still a student. A concise weekly publication such as the BSBI Gazette, so that in 20 minutes you can read what really matters for the week that passed. BSBI educational television channel available throughout the day, new professional student societies, certificate programs on how to build a business plan, project management, financial modeling, the metaverse, blockchain, Internet of Things, etc. Networking events such as Café Scientifique, Café Artistique, and cultural events such as poetry matinees, literature reads, movies, and discussion. We also have Open Series, an academic support center, which does exactly as the title says, to support you if you feel some weaknesses during your studies. Also, use of simulation exercises, virtual learning, BSBI case studies, smart classrooms, even a postdoctoral research center. Finally, the Provost Roundtable, which is an event focusing on current issues that concern everybody, and many, many more initiatives. One thing is certain. We have tried to do our best and provide you with the best education practices possible. Another thing that is also certain, and I can reassure you on this, is that we have also learned from you even more than you have learned from us. But above all, this day belongs to you, your families, and your loved ones. It has been a long journey. You encounter unprecedented difficulties. As most of you, you have to live on your own, adjust to a foreign environment, study hard, leave your friends or families behind, and also work to sustain yourselves. However, you managed to come out successfully. You studied with us on a variety of different academic domains. Most of you studied economics, business administration, management, and information technology. You should have learned already that in this framework, the most important commodity that exists today is not the economic or financial parameter, but it's time. And time is precious. You need to use it wisely and productively. You have to make choices, but always remember that you also have to be chosen in your professional career. Remember that in today's world, learning never stops. A degree does not automatically guarantee that you will find the job of your dreams. It should not be that way. It is part of the process. The education you received gave you an exposure to new ideas and notions so that you improve your life, but also the life of others. It will help you to break down frontiers and borders. By coming to Germany, in Berlin and in BSBI, you already achieved that. Many of you and also your families had to do certain sacrifices so to come and study with us. When you are chasing your dreams, sometimes hard work is not enough. And these sacrifices come here to fill this gap. Your parents had to work hard to support you. You also had to find a job to support yourselves. And for this, I really admire you. As I already mentioned, you did all this the hard way. And in this way, you also get a glimpse of what is out there waiting for you. Therefore, for us, you are already winners. There are a lot of positive side effects to what you have received but not realized yet. However, in the next few months and years, this will appear in front of you. The degree that you receive today is also a passport that never expires but needs constant updating. Do not forget the words of Benjamin Franklin: an investment in education always pays the best interest. Now, allow me to say some things regarding your performance and achievement. You have all studied very hard, you gave exams, you drafted essays, you conducted primary and secondary research in your dissertation, and the epitome of these are the grades that you have received. These grades represent credits, academic units, point measurements, and GPAs. However, I want to ask you from tomorrow to ignore them, as in the next stage of your life, they don't measure nearly anything, and most importantly, not the important things that they have value. They do not measure your hard efforts, your focus on goals, the beauty of your thinking, and the wisdom you gain from your mistakes. They do not stress upon your devotion, your ethics, and your courage. They do not reflect on your personal character qualities, your imagination, and your vision. So to paraphrase Robert Kennedy, they measure neither your wit, not your courage, not your wisdom, not your learning, neither your compassion nor your feelings. So they measure everything, in short, except those which makes life worthwhile. And they can tell us everything about your studies except why you should be proud of what you have studied. Let me add something from personal experience. In 15, 20 years, you will not remember most of the things you have learned. What is important is to keep the methodology you acquired, the models you learn, the experience you get, and the mentality that we gave you as scientists. It is also important to remember that 80% of the professions that they will dominate the business sector in the next 20 years, they have not been invented yet. Imagine if your professors were in the CD-making industry. This is why the word innovation in the title of the school is here for a reason. Most of you will probably have to change 8 times a career path in your future life. Remember this. And you also need to remember that what you have achieved with your studies will always stay with you. It characterizes your efforts, your personality, and how you build yourselves. Your studies, degrees, and diplomas belong to you, no matter where you came from, how wealthy or privileged you are, or the other things you did in your life. I have mentioned in the last BSBI graduation that we as professors in our school are blessed because we have discovered what we love. And this is what we do by teaching you. We probably have the best profession in the world. This is something that I mention to all ceremonies, actually. Your class and every BSBI class is unique to us. You will always have a special place in our hearts. And now is the time that the next day is approaching, so keep all the positive elements. Keep your memories, cherish your friends you made here, and above all, be confident and value what you have learned. In conclusion, allow me to give you some short piece of advice for your future. I don't expect you to remember this in some years, but I hope at least you will try to implement a couple. So here are my 10 advices to you. Do what you love or love what you do. Always continue to learn. Develop a new area of expertise. Never compromise, but be humble. Organize what you will do next day the previous night. Celebrate even the tiniest of your accomplishments. Always be polite and respect hierarchy. Be passionate, but at the same time, be patient. Always work with a plan. Create a long-term business plan for yourselves. Practice a self-evaluation process every day before you go to bed. And my final words, always remember, when you climb to a top opposite, there is a new one. One new for you to conquer. From all of us, from the bottom of our hearts, congratulations, graduates, and many thanks for your attention.
Thank you so much for these words, Professor. It is another special honor for me to welcome our next speaker on stage. Not only is he speaking for all of you as a graduate of today, he is also a dear colleague of ours, as he is currently working as a program consultant at the University of Europe for Applied Sciences, and is therefore a true testimony of the ways of success you can go as a graduate of BSBI. He studied a bachelor's in economics and business administration from February 2020 to April 2023, and brought so much light to our student body at BSBI, while acting first as Vice Student Council President from January 2021, and then as Student Council President until June 2022. You have shaped BSBI tremendously in the past, and we hope that you will continue to inspire us in the future. Please welcome Lalit Verma on stage.
Hi, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank Caroline for a nice introduction. So, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty member, parents, friends, and my fellow classmates, I stand before you today as your friendly class clown and a former student council president. I think most of you are daydreaming about your dream job and some about the summer vacation. So, first and foremost, let me start by saying congratulations to the brilliant people seated in front of me today. We did it. We made it through the jungle of assignment and the roller coaster ride of our bachelor's degree. And we even did it during the pandemic. Please give yourself a round of applause. It is safe to say that our journey as BSBI student was anything but ordinary. Remember when online classes started and we all became experts on Zoom? And I'm pretty sure we all had our equal share accidentally muting ourselves and forgetting to turn off our camera while eating or being caught by the professor during an online test. And I would like to thank to the virtual background who saved our lives. As a student council president, I had the amazing privilege of representing all of you. It was a role that came with a lot of responsibilities, like managing the student engagement, organizing the events, and that were exciting enough to keep you away from the boredom of the class. But trust me, it was not an easy job. But if there is one thing I have learned from this experience is that we can manage anything that life throws on our way, and the laughter is the best way to keep people together. Who would have thought that the virtual games, and the online freshers party would become the highlight of our calendar. And I still remember this moment, but it was an amazing experience. But despite the challenges and the occasional tech catastrophe, we adapted like future business leaders. And while keeping an eye on COVID-19 updates, we managed to stay rational among the chaos. And if there is anything that we can take away from experience, we can manage anything that life is going to throw on our way, and we are going to manage it effectively. Now, let me talk about our dear professors. Those wise and knowledgeable souls would navigate the unstable water of online teaching alongside us. They also taught us the creative art of problem solving, and especially when internet decided to go on vacation during a crucial lecture. I'm pretty sure they have discovered more troubleshooting hacks than any IT experts out there. And apart from that, let's not forget the most important aspect of our journey, our fellow classmates and the friendship that we have made. The late night study sessions that turned into therapy session, and the countless memes that we have shared, even during this pending assignments time. And we have formed the bonds that's gonna stay till lifelong, or at least until we accidentally forget each other's name at the reunion. But I'm pretty sure that you will not forget mine. Let's not forget the lesson we have learned. And remember, adaptability, strength, and the good sense of humor are the secret ingredient to success. So, fellow classmates, let's raise our graduation cap and toast to a future filled with success, happiness, and congratulations to all of you who are sitting in front of me today. We made it, and let's make our mark on the world. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Lalit. Now I would like to welcome Sagi Hartov on stage. He's the executive chairman and co-founder of BSBI and CEO of GAS Germany. Besides being an enthusiastic leader every day, he's also a renowned cellist, and we are looking very much forward to the words that he will be sharing with us today. Welcome, Sagi.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to all of you, and congratulations once again. But first, I would like to welcome everyone, dear Professor Perk from the University of Creative Arts, dear academic faculties of BSBI, and of course, graduates and families and friends who are here, and of course at home watching yourself, and very proud of you of this moment. You know, I graduated my studies in London around 24 years ago. It gives you some ideas. I maybe look young. I gave myself a compliment. But I did graduate quite many years ago. And fortunately for myself, my family couldn't watch it because the internet at that time was really just discovered. And I felt really alone. A lot of you are today probably the same. Not having your beloved ones here next to you, or celebrating or toasting or taking selfies with you afterwards. And some of you, which is very nice to see, having those loved ones here today sitting behind you. But the thing is that we are in this world always individuals. We need always to be survivors. And survival is something that we are to cherish, because sometimes we're making mistakes which we can learn from. And many times we are just wondering what is the best solution. At the end of the day, you are all survivors. Not only you came to a different country with a strange language, you also had to survive the most horrific pandemic time that most of us ever knew, and hopefully we will not know again. But at the same time, a lot of you survival in education, because you see, when you come to a foreign country, you already have in your bag few things which you can contribute to society. You can contribute to your multilingual skills. Many of you speaking more than 2 languages. Some of you speak more than 5 languages. And now you encounter another language, which is the German language. The graduation, as I said before, is definitely a step, but let's not forget the beginning. I remember most of you coming in the first day of induction. Some of you just started in 2020. And of course, some are here also from 2019 from Bachelor. The time then was very nice, everyone very happy. BSBI grew from 1 floor in Potsdamer Straße to 2 floors. We'll never forget that date where the carnival and the costumes were around and all the students were so happy until this awful day that the government sent us the information, shut down everything, go online. And we were very lucky to have our partners there that already had almost 90% of all lessons online available. So we were one of the 100 institutions to go within 24 hours online. Now this is 100 institutions in the whole Europe that went online, such speed. But that's out of many hundreds of thousands that didn't. And some thought, okay, we can wait perhaps another 3 months, 6 months. Even there are some universities in the UK that says a year from now we will open our doors. But BSBI, regardless, always kept open. We had to help our students with support on visa extension, with any issues of financial difficulties, with any regards to any documentation that they needed. We had our teams on a standbys. And I will never forget, dealing with you individuals on the day-to-day to make sure that you don't feel alone. I also remember that because of COVID and because of the online, we came up with a lot of initiative and innovative ideas. Today, the students of BSBI, the ones who are very lucky to be in Altepost, the old post office, having the most amazing facilities which are very much oriented with online studies. Not only that they have the most sophisticated facilities in class, but they have a hologramic stage, robotics working around and making sure to assist professors, but at the same time, a different life, a second lifestyle campus online created already, where our new students and future students will become avatars to attend those classes. So you see, we also we learned together with yourself how important it is to be updated and understand what students need. It is important in graduation to remember all this journey that you have done, that we have done, where we are today, but not to say goodbye. Graduation is also a formation of becoming alumni's network. For us, we at BSBI are very, not only grateful, but very proud that we have a lot of students who are now working officially for the institution. On this floor, we already have one graduate that's working with us very successfully, and she's smiling there at the side. But we have actually almost 40% of our employees are graduates. Graduates who are working in finance, graduates who are working in marketing behind us over there, graduates who are working in academia, in administrations, in all subjects, even in IT. And that shows you that we value not only their capability, but their talent, their survival ability, and the way of thinking of not just black and white, but 36 and even more, 360 degrees. So from here, we should go forward. And I would say to all of you, one point as a manager, as a creator, but for me, the most important, when I see young people like yourself coming and trying to now go to the next step of their lives. Don't try to be scared of any obstacles that come in your way, because they will come. Every day, even for successful managers, there are obstacles coming. And sometimes you think, oh, now life will be so easy, and the business will work on its own. Not at all. Every day there is a new challenge. And for every manager, there is probably 80% challenge, 20% joy. So if you would think like that these 20% you will cherish and you will enjoy them to the max, you will manage to overcome the 80% of challenges. Your studies probably were, and I would say it in a nice way, 20% challenge, 80% joy. Because you were expected from your families to focus on what you want to focus in your life. Now, that life is now going to turn around. You are now going to be in a position where you need to make this outcome as a career, to utilize everything you learn, how to survive and how to be focused and structured in your future life and how to make it into a living. So it is a very big step to graduate, and for that we are still here. We have our networking event, we have our career events, and we have the student services support to ensure that even if it is still hard, you have the open door at BSBI. So I want to give you one happiness of that. Always remember that life has a unique way of point of view. It reminds me of a very funny joke. It's a very inappropriate joke, but it's very funny. There are 4 mothers sitting in a room. One mother says, my son is a judge in the court. When he comes to the room, everyone says, Your Honor. The other one says, my son is an ambassador. When he comes to the room, they say, His Excellency. The third one, she says, my son is a prince. When he comes to the room, they say, Your Royal Highness. Only the 4th mother doesn't say anything. So they say, what about your son? She said, my son is a stripper. When he comes to the room, they say, oh God. The learn from this is it doesn't matter what you do, but actually what you achieve and what kind of reaction people bring from yourself. And for me, as a musician actually, as a businessman and as an entrepreneur, I always knew that every room has a different audiences. When I go to a certain room, the audience in that room are a different target for the business I want to achieve. If I want to achieve the best outcome financially, I should come very prepared and very much efficient. If I want to make the audience very kind to me, I should charm them with my artistic background. And if I want to really get from an investor support, I should come with my entrepreneurial approach. Each person here is capable to adapt to those environments differently. And the things that you will learn now the most in your life, how to really adapt yourself to different scenarios in your life. And the ones who will be successful will not let this opportunity pass them by. So I wish all of you to grab those opportunities and keep them and use them to the maximum for your own career. Congratulations to you and all the best.
Thank you, Sagi. Last but not least, I am very happy to welcome Professor Terry Perk on stage, and we are honored that he came all the way today from our partner university, the University for the Creative Arts, UCA. And besides being an accomplished academic, he is Pro-Vice Chancellor of Global Engagement and Professor of Fine Art Education at UCA, and will share his thoughts with us on how to embrace the world creatively. Thanks, Terry.
Thank you. You all look fabulous, by the way. I must say, the gold's really kicking off. Okay. Colleagues, distinguished guests, but most importantly, graduates. It gives me great pleasure to join you today and congratulate you, BSBI's class of 2023. You each have the right to feel an immense sense of pride and accomplishment. And for those of you who have completed a UCA degree, you are now part of an alumni network that includes fashion designer Zandra Rhodes, jewelry designer Stephen Webster, award-winning film and TV director William McGregor, and Turner Prize artist Tracy Emin, all of whom continue to contribute to the creative industries and culture internationally. As you celebrate your success and start to think about the next chapters of your lives, I thought I'd take the opportunity to reflect on what it means to live a creative one. Living creatively can provide immense joy, but it can also be a challenge. It requires openness and resilience, hard work and self-discipline. It's not easy. My stepdaughter is currently studying music and business in London. She's just completed her second year, but really struggled through her first year of studies. She's getting great grades, but was suffering a lot from self-doubt. She was putting a lot of pressure on herself, worrying about what others thought, whether she was good enough, what was the point, and what did the future hold. Talking to her on the phone was always difficult, so I decided to write to her. I wrote a series of notes, 8 memos on being creative. And I'd like to share these with you today in the hope they might provide some reflection and guidance for you as well. Number 1, Maya Angelou, quote, "Nothing will work unless you do." There's no such thing as destiny. Take what you're interested in and don't worry whether it's your life's path. Explore it, play with it, take it apart, put it back together, care for it, mess with it, break it, fix it. Understand how others experience it. Rearrange it. Talk about it, write about it, mess with it some more. Do this with a religious discipline, but know it's okay to do nothing when doing nothing is required. Don't beat yourself up for doing nothing, but do nothing with the same sense of purpose as doing something. Doing nothing can provide silence, rest, and perspective. Then do something. 2, Hans-Ulrich Obrist. Whatever you do, quote, "Whatever you do, do something else." Creative work emerges out of the relationships you make with the world, the relationships you make with things, cultures, and people. Creative work emerges out of being open to all kinds of relationships, through feeling and through empathy. Be open. Do work, of course, but also go to the circus, cook with someone from another country, walk along a cliff edge, watch a foreign film in the open air, do something you're afraid of, skydive, volunteer, travel, enter competitions, spend a whole week just reading, cry more, cry less, take on someone else's perspective. Share your work and your vulnerability with others and let others share theirs with you. Always learn. Take up yoga, write a business plan, meditate, grow something, but above all, dance. 3, David Foster Wallace, quote, "Learning how to think really means learning how to exercise some control over how and what you think." Remember that being creative is a kind of doing. Making creative work is a way of making sense in terms of understanding, but also making sense in terms of making new sensations. This kind of knowledge emerges through our experience of making things. It can be difficult to explain when you try to describe it, but it informs your personal approach to being creative. It is visible in your decision-making and your expertise. It's there in your ability to adapt. It's embedded in your intuition. 4, Gilles Deleuze, quote, "A concept is a brick. It can be used to build a courthouse of reason, or it can be thrown through the window." Embrace philosophy. Philosophy is a way of approaching how you think and how you do things. Philosophical and cultural ideas are ways of engaging with the world, ways of looking at the relationships between things. Listening, reading, speaking, and writing are all different ways of organizing and constructing thoughts. Each have their own speed and create different means of making sense of the world. As part of your creative work, in whatever field you work in, you must find your own means, your own voice, in your own use of words, your own use of ideas, and in your own action. 5. Walid Beshti. Objects have no meaning in themselves. Rather, they are prompts for a field of possible meanings that are dependent on context. Offer, in whatever big or small way, the stuff you're interested in and the stuff you're doing to others to look at, to experience and review. Do this without ego or fear, but with optimism at learning something new about the things you're interested in. Placing something in the world for others to view and comment on is both a gift and a challenge, and as such, give it the due care and consideration it needs. Understand always the context it will be received in, and be prepared to let others challenge you to rethink what you thought you already understood. 6. Frida Kahlo. Nothing is absolute. Everything changes, everything moves, everything revolves, everything flies and goes away. Remember, your ideas are just ideas. You are still you. Don't start to believe they are the same thing. You need to be able to let go of ideas in order to make new ones. You need to remember the ideas are just a temporary moment in your relationship to the world. Someone else's judgment of your ideas is not a judgment of who you are as a person. Criticism is a challenge to rethink from someone else's perspective, to take account of something you may not have considered. Criticism is also sometimes a challenge to relax, to try another approach, to not give a fuck, to rearrange, to play around, and then to mess with something some more. 7. Hannah Arendt. Education is the point at which we decide whether we love the world enough to assume responsibility for it. Persevere, but be aware when your ego or fashion trends are determining your interests, and be prepared to rethink or start again if necessary. This means challenging the status quo. At its most effective, creative thinking undoes relationships and creates new ones. It confuses and questions what we know. It's profound in both its earnestness and its flippancy. It sharpens our attention, whether slowing our breathing or quickening our heart rate. It makes us focus, pause, smile, or get annoyed. It can confuse things, and it can clarify things. It brings us together with others, enabling us to see and feel other ways of seeing, to empathize. It helps us to ask questions about ourselves, about how we see, how we feel, and how we relate. It suggests that things could be other than what we think they are, other than what we know, and other than what we take for granted. In this sense, creative ideas are always political, they're always utopian, and they're always revolutionary. 8. Winnie the Pooh. As soon as I saw you, I knew an adventure was going to happen. Be reliable. Keep to deadlines and honor responsibilities to others and to yourselves. Be honest with yourself. Accept changes and admit mistakes. Take care in terms of both nurturing the world around you and accepting care from others. Support a greater cause than yourself, but don't let it define you. Have aims and set goals, but always remain open to what you hadn't planned and to what you don't yet know. Trust others, but above all, trust yourself, your own failings, and the potential you are yet to realize. It's been an absolute honor to be here with you on such a special occasion today. Enjoy today, and I wish you every success for what I'm sure will be remarkable futures.
Thank you so much, Terry. Dear graduates, your moment has come. I know you've been waiting for this moment to happen for such a long time. And we will be starting shortly with the awarding of diplomas through Professor Dr. Kyriakos Kouveliotis, and the presentation of graduates by Dr. Mariam Manzouri with help of Dr. Monika Klein, Dr. Shiv Trivati, and Dr. Mario Stramski. And I know that you have been briefed before, so our dear colleagues will help you to find the way to the stage. And yes, enjoy your moment. Thank you very much, all of you, again, for your speeches.
It's a great honor and pleasure for me to be a part of this important day of yours, your graduation. As you go forward with your life, continue to care about yourself, your family, your friend, and your world. And whenever the next chapter in your life story may take you, make sure the journey includes joy. I would ask the graduate to join me in the round of applause. Graduate of International Telematic University, Uninetono, Bachelor in Economic and Business Administration, Kiran Babu. Kushal Bishnoi. Anisha Chetri. Sujita Gale. Eshstein Chelsea Ihozo Teta. Lovepreet Kaur. Manpreet Kaur. Natasha Morelle Algaray Sika Lonta. Puneet Kumar. Esmeet Patel. Lalit Verma. Sayan Makhijia. Robin Preet Singh. A student of Global MBA, Udhaya Darshini Christopher Saudarj Joseph. Anaswara Mohan Chingparanwal. Joyzon Padika Kudai Joy. Verges Peter. Savani Girish Prabhune. Vishnu Sharma. Vasin Vorakar. Graduate of MSc International Health Management, Josephine Okegen Akpodeti. Amina Liaquat. Aiswarya Murali. Mahima Pandey. Graduate of University CUC, Concordia University, Chicago. Enva Kanova Asan Christian. Carlos Dalian Eniko Rondon. پریناز مصطفایی. Graduation of University for Creative Arts. Global MBA student, Amal Abraham. Aman. Izuddin Arfas. Jyoti Bala. Mohammed Bobla. Damini. Alma Gabriela de la Fonte Avevalo. Monica Devi. Rajvinda Devi. Hiba El Harti. Swaranji Sujan Gadgil. Priya. Hari Shankar Giri. Harshita Gupta Rashamanduga. Nihal Sahul Hamid. Kashish Jamnani. Nitin Joseph. Mandeep Kaur. Rajveer Kaur. Albin Matteo. Ikra Mosam. Nahum Envila. Neeraj. Vinal Rakesh Kumar Patel. Eltho Peter. Anon Peter. Ramandeep. Mandeep Rani. Mandeep Rani? Neetu Rani. Sohail Singh Saini. Tarun Saini. Kumar Shanu. Shivam. Amandeep Singh.
Can the rest of you please sit down, whoever is ready and has their certificates? Could you please sit down, especially the people in the middle? Thank you so much.
Harpreet Singh. Manraj Singh. Parmveer Singh. Arun Chekarulam Sur. Dushyant Thakur. Ashwati Varikuta Sasindran. Shivani Thakur. Vibin Kumar Vetikal Vijaya Kumar. چوتوری محمد یادید. جوزف کیگوندو. اسریشتی گاوتان. ریتیش اوری. اکشای. Graduate of MSc Digital Marketing, Abbas Ali. Ashwati. Rosa Alenjandra. Naushad Ahmed. Michelle Alves de Souza. Altaf Asharaf. Dominic Christopher Banks. ID Choudhury. Khushjit Kaur Delvial. Masiha Ibrahimi Nasr. Analia Mendona Ribeiro Farias. Jerome Jason. Gurveer Kaur. Kelvin Kumi. Anurag Malik. Sapana Mehta. Bautana Markazi. Zolvande Envenfai Afele Man. John Oguinbia. Joel Tony Powell. Abhishek Powell. Ruth Estefania Priz Garcia. Anna Shibu. Aishwarya Viveknand Talekar. Moira Sabel Dungcha Vilajun. Mary Juliana Moreno Hernandez. Daniele Moras de Souza Pugan. Graduate of MSc Finance and Investment, Kamola Ahmedova. Agueda Montserrat Garcia Sani Charles. Ankit Khanal. Priyanka Uttam Kumpar. Gladys Evangeline Napoleon George. Sakriti. Graduate of MA Tourism, Hospitality and Event Management, Antarlina Biswas. Akash Gurung. Shaista Kanwal. Vidya Kumari. Kiroz Zarei Mehari. Monica Sangwan. Suvansh Sapra. Rekha Sharma Raval. Irakli Sherozia. Taranjot Singh. Pavanpreet Singh. Gurdeep Singh. Inderjit Singh. Paramveer Singh. Shubh Karan Singh. Sandeep Singh. Yashraj Tukuria. Nihal Tharail Kankapilantapu. Emilin Saravarki. Elizabeth, Litombo, Nedley, congratulations once again.
Thank you all, and congratulations again. I would like to get your attention again for just a few more seconds when everyone's ready. Okay, so as you know, your certificates, so the placeholder certificates were the ones you received now. The original certificates will be ready for pickup outside afterwards. And I also want to already tell you that there will be lots of time to take pictures and photos outside as well. We will be taking one group photo now, where we throw the caps up. So our photographer will explain everything to you, and we will just take a beautiful shot of all of you standing in front of the stage, throwing up your caps. So get ready. However, before you come to the front here, I want to explain to you what we do afterwards. Because after we took the picture, and you will be very happy and enthusiastic, you still need to go back to your seats and sit down for a second so that we can finish this ceremony in the right order. And as I said, there will be lots of time to take more pictures outside. So for the families and friends in the back, I know you're all super excited to take photos. However, I can tell you that our photographer takes amazing photos which you will have access to. So maybe you want to leave this one to our amazing photographer, and then afterwards you can take some more pictures, okay? So whenever you're ready, please rise, come to the front to take your photo, and then please take your seats afterwards. Thank you, and congratulations again. Please, everyone here, come closer to the stage. So close that your backs are touching it, yes. And you can also come over here.
One. The taller people, please be in the back. And one that they are shorter, please be in front. Okay, you have to all be able to see her lens. If you don't see her lens, it means that you're not in the photo. So the taller people in the back, and now that we have a lot of graduates, you can also go on the stage. So, yeah. I mean, don't fill it up. Don't stay behind the professors, just near them. Okay, still. The people that you're in the middle, you're masked. We cannot see you. Okay, so people in front, you can sit down, you know? Just sit like this. Yeah? Yeah? Okay. And the one that you're in the back, if you're shorter than the others, please come to front because you're not going to be in the photo. Okay? So everybody should see the lens of the photographer. If you don't see it, it means you're not in the photo. Okay. There are still some people in the middle. If you don't see, come here. You can sit near the chair. You know, you can sit on the chairs and just look at the camera. Yeah?
But people in the back.
Okay, you all listen to the photographer. When you should throw the hat, she will give you a cue. The ones in the front, sit down. You're going to be in the photo. Don't worry. Yes, don't worry. You're going to be in the photo. If you're not in the photo, she will tell you. So only listen to her when she says to throw the hat. You will listen only to her. Yeah? Everybody, please back to your seats so we can finish the graduation. Thank you very much.
Please take your seats and try to find your caps. Someone left, yeah, it's yours, okay. So please take your seats. Calm down a little bit again. I know it's very exciting, but let's just enjoy this moment. So please take your seats in the back as well. Thank you so much. Now, alumni of BSBI. I hope you enjoyed your graduation ceremony, and I wish you all the best for your future. Thank you.